gathered here this afternoon to participate in an important event that concerns all of us in some way or the other. We are in this compound of the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, a medical facility that serves the entire nation of Guyana. And it is only fitting that we ensure that the patient care service offered at this facility is of the highest quality and is accessible to all residents, irrespective of ethnicity, religious persuasion, color, or creed. The Ministry of Public Health's mandate envisions the adequate provision and delivery of primary health care and the enhancement of the well-being of all our citizens, as is captured in Goal 3 of the 17 Sustainable Goals. So it is essential that the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, recognized as the primary institution for the delivery of patient care, should indeed be an institution worthy of emulation. It is against this background, therefore, that today's event becomes critical and integral to the fulfillment of the Ministry of Public Health's mission and vision. Attendees, at the beginning of February 2017, stakeholders had the opportunity to become familiar with the chairperson and the members comprising the board of directors. And today you will note that there is a change in one of those members, and that is the representative of the GPHC, given the fact that the nominee had already served the required number of years as prescribed under the law. And today we want to take this board one step further. We do not want to delay their involvement and service, for we know that each member brings with him or her expertise and potential, which well directed, can only result in the enhancement of the service of the GPHC. We are all aware that a ship without a captain falters and fails to take advantage of available opportunities for advancement. This, the ministry can ill afford. So we think that it is opportune for this new board of directors to firmly take the helm and pilot the organization to greater accountability and transparency and optimal delivery of patient care. The stakeholders all do look forward with great anticipation and enthusiasm to the work of this board. In my capacity as Minister of Public Health, I wish to welcome the chairperson and members on board and would like to share some of my expectations as the minister in collaboration with the board and the ministry. Also, I wish that my endeavor to address the various issues that have been clogging the system and shape a vibrant future will be endorsed by you for the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, which functions as a curative and disease management service for the people of Guyana. I wish to begin with our clients. They constitute the most important asset within the corporation, for without them, there would be no need for us. We will be null and void. It means, therefore, that they must be prioritized on your agenda. We have to offer them a quality service. We have to make them comfortable and respond positively to their expectations whenever they enter these precincts. Our prime goal for our clients must be optimum patient care and satisfaction. We must ensure that we communicate to them that we genuinely care and that their needs would be adequately met. Their feedback would validate whether or not the service we offer has been purposeful, efficient, and patient-friendly. This notion of quality service for our clients naturally brings into focus the role and responsibilities of the board and the vision it has to ensure that the corporation is managed, and not just managed, but managed effectively. You will agree with me that ineffective governance compromises the ability of the management to succeed and will result in total disarray and disconnect. My expectation for this august body of service providers is that there will be a demonstration of effective governance, and we will witness a focused, integrated, energetic group who will each have a clear understanding of his or her role and who, together, will define goals and objectives and work constructively to fulfill the mandate with which they have been entrusted. The question that arises speaks to the delineation of the mandate. Foremost, the mandate of the board must be in sync with the management of the corporation and the Ministry of Public Health. It is evident that communication and deliberations among all stakeholders will be paramount to avoid impasses that will thwart the realization of goals and objectives. The board must be cognizant of its roles, which entail establishing well-written and effective policies, making significant strategic decisions, and overseeing the activities of the corporation. Ladies and gentlemen, the corporation certainly cannot function effectively if there are administrative gaps. The vacancies must be filled. The concerns of the medical staff must be addressed. The conditions under which the day-to-day operations are effected must be improved. The environment must be conducive. The ambience and patient and staff must be friendly. And all of those must be in place if we want to make inroads and impact significantly to achieve desirable outcomes. All this has a bearing on the policies and decisions that the board will execute. In order for the board to function smoothly and efficiently, it will be incumbent on its members to focus and differentiate responsibilities, set strategic direction for the corporation, establish ethical standards and values. In a nutshell, the board, in its oversight role, must formulate an action plan which incorporates strategies for upgrading and revising of standards and procedures, implementation of mechanisms that will foster harmonious relationships among all levels of administrative as well as medical staff, resulting in quality service to all those who approach the facility for patient care services. Attendees, it is well nigh impossible for all problems and issues to be fixed overnight. But I have every confidence that our board members are ready to accept the challenges and to play a pivotal role in effecting positive internal control. I am convinced that the board will work to ensure that efforts are made to detect and prevent errors, fraud, and misappropriation of assets, that there is transparency in this organization. I can already sense the synergy and anticipate that standards will be elevated and progressive ideas will emerge, and the board will operate using best practices and effective management control. The pivotal role of the Chief Executive Officer cannot be overemphasized. That person is the link between the board and the GPHC, the medium through whom the setting and following of standard operational procedures will be effective. The board must monitor this position closely to ensure that the corporation performs at the optimum and that they are leading development initiatives for its long-term success. As I conclude, I would like to leave this with the board. The confidentiality of the board must be guaranteed at all times. Ideas will be put forward that will not always be unanimously accepted. You can entertain a respectful conflict of interest and ideas and not degenerate into a lack of respect for each other. The imperative is that there must always be open discussion and informed decisions made in the interests of the organization. I need not stress the need for the highest integrity for professionalism and for the need for the promotion of quality patient care. So, I charge you to develop a strong, cohesive bond, to propose smart, measurable goals, to evaluate progress, change direction if need be, to ensure that the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation emerges as a 21st century facility and referral hospital boasting of the highest quality patient care services. It is therefore my honor and my pleasure to launch the Board of Directors for 2017. May God grant you the wisdom and the will to be effective leaders of the GPHC. Thank you.
I'm extremely humbled that Minister Lawrence and the Cabinet as a whole and my fellow board members would entrust me with the governance, with the leadership of the body responsible for governing our most important public health care institution. I hear that it's going to be very challenging, I have no doubt. My mom says it'll make me a praying woman, so she's happy about that. However, I believe that Cabinet has assembled a very capable and formidable team that can handle any challenges that come our way, and we're all committed to ensuring the highest quality of health care is delivered to the patients of the Georgetown Public Hospital, the health centers at Kitty, Campbellville, and Industry, and the Enmore Polyclinic. I think it is noteworthy and laudable that Cabinet has approved a board that comprises almost 80% women. In fact, this has not gone unnoticed, and the Women and Gender Equality Commission has actually written to all of us to ask us to be catalysts in promoting the goal of gender equality in Guyana, a charge which I personally accept, and I know all the women members of the board will too. The other thing that hasn't gone unnoticed is that I'm the youngest chair of the board of GPHC. I would like to show you that youth brings capable leadership, but it also brings new vision, enthusiasm, a willingness to learn and be teachable, which are all characteristics of a good decision maker. I've listened to all the priorities that the Minister has set. I know she'll have no issues with communication and collaboration. I'll be knocking on her door for midnight meetings. So I recognize the life of the board is only 1 year, so we have to set priorities. I don't think we can go in and wave a magic wand and solve all the problems at once, so we'll do our best. Maybe half a magic wand. But I'm confident that the board will focus especially on patient relations. We think that's a major, I personally think that's a major issue, and Minister has brought that up also. In fact, one of the first things I think we'll do is look at the systems in place for dealing with patients, and how we could improve that. We also hope to to enhance the services of the emergency room. I think by doing that, especially I think that's where most of the public get channeled through the emergency room. And if you can work to improve the emergency room, you get it out there that GPHC is doing things we've improved. So we need to focus on the emergency room. Also, we want to ensure effective management. So we recognize the role of Mr. Johnson. We won't usurp his space. We're not here to manage, we're here to govern, but we'll work closely with him and give him whatever guidance and direction he so requires. We also recognize it's a strategic plan, and we want to make sure that we follow through with what is in the strategic plan, ensure there's implementation. So we're not just having one board meeting a month, we also, in between those board meetings, we want to make sure that implementation is happening, so we want to stay on top of that. We also want to prevent the wastage of the cooperation's money. We want to make sure all money is going towards ensuring the best care possible. So wherever there's leakage, wherever there's no transparency and things need to be fixed, we have Ms. Roopnath on our side, and we're going to make sure that we get things done. So I will say that it's nothing short of an honor for me to chair this board. GPHC means a lot to me. In fact, we have Dr. Mahadio in the audience. He's actually single-handedly responsible for saving my life, and so I'm indebted to Georgetown Public Hospital, and I will definitely do my best, having been a patient and knowing how it feels to be a patient at GPHC, to ensure that all patients receive the same manner of care that I did. Thank you.